right now. Perfect. My gamers. All right, let's get this stream started. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Alright, chat. We got a lot on the agenda today. So, today we got a lot going on. Today, go ahead and pause the music real quick here. So, we got a lot today. What we're gonna do is, I wanted to come on here, and the reason I called it Judgment Day is that there's been a lot going on in the VTuber community right now. Something that, you know, I was a little bit a part of. I'm not ashamed to admit it, but so yeah, we're gonna go over that stuff today. I'll give my view and thoughts on it. After that, you know, we're gonna go from there. We might do some other stuff. We might play some games. Might play some guitar. Who knows? Yeah, it's what I plan on doing. So, go ahead and put the music back on, just so that there's a little bit of background noise. Mouses. Where's my mouse? Come on, come to me. There we are. All right. Make sure everything's set up properly. All right. Let's go ahead and switch. Making sure everything's proper. There we are. I'm gonna switch back to my normal webcam real quick. I'm gonna get my other one with my face cam as well. My face cam right now might freeze, so just wait a minute. Went ahead and switched. Should be all good. Alright, so here we are, real quick. Like I said, we're just gonna be going over this stuff. I'm gonna give my views and opinions on it. You can turn down the background music a bit. Alright. Should be better. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. Just gonna go over it, all that. I'll give you guys the story. If you guys want the background music off, we'll go ahead and turn that off. But so let's go ahead and get this party started. So a little bit of context, backstory to this. I was out in town playing some pickleball with my cousin and stuff, just kind of hanging out, all that stuff. And I was on my phone, and I got a notification from Twitter about this document that came out. And the person that we're talking about, the VTuber, her name is Cinder. and I watched a lot of her content. You know, I really liked it. So this stuff kind of hits me hard a little bit. You know, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys, but yeah, I just want to give my opinions, go through it, all that. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. So right here, this is the VTuber in hand. Like I said, her name is Cinder. So luckily the what's it called? The community notes. You know, they were kind enough to put every single document that we needed. So right here it says, effective immediately, Redacted will no longer be managing or overseeing my VTuber activities. He no longer represents me as a creator, my brand, or my intentions. I'm sorry, everyone. I will make a larger response when I'm available. And then the community note says, Cinder revealed themselves as well as Van Peach's VT that Redacted/Red was Cinder's partner. Moreover, per Bow's, Nanolist, and Silver's account, Redacted acted with Cinder's knowledge and consent, both of which directly engaged in libel towards other creators. I have no idea what libel means, but this is the first document that came out. This is from Nanolist, who is the art creator behind Cinder's model and everything. So if you guys don't know, I'll catch you up to speed real quick. So when VTubers go into the business, they hire model artists. Get my gamer subs in. They hire model artists, and you know, that's how they get their model, and then they get someone to rig everything, make it where they can move and stuff. So Nanolist was the model artist for Cinder for every single model that she had. So I'm gonna go ahead and read this all to you guys. I could do a TLDR, but I gotta make the live stream longer somehow. So I'm gonna just go ahead and read everything. I might skip through a couple of things, some things that like not necessarily really important, but yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and go through with this. So let's go ahead and get with the introduction and the notes. So let's go ahead and get through with this. Alright. I wanted to share my experience with Cinder and Red manipulating me, using me, and dragging me into drama, while sabotaging, slandering, and spreading lies about people I thought were her closest friends. Not only do I no longer wish to work with Cinder, but I wanted to share what I've endured over the years and shed light on what she has been doing behind people's backs to protect artists and friends that may be experiencing something similar. I struggled a lot with writing this document, and I wasn't sure if what I felt and experienced working was real or just burnout, but I think this proves that I was lied to and manipulated over the course of years while working with Cinder. Based on working with Redacted, Red, Cinder's manager, and Cinder over the years, that I am sure they speak for each other, and there is no reason to believe Red was acting without Cinder's consent and knowledge. Whenever I use they or them, it refers to both of them acting as a team. So, note, any names that are censored here were censored because the creator in question did not provide consent to having their name revealed by the time of me posting this document. We are going to come back to that, because the person who is censored actually, like as you can see right here, I actually have the tab. I am VTuber1. So there actually is somebody that came out and talked about her experiences as well. So, first topic, slandering other creators. I will start with screenshots showing them speaking ill of other creators and spreading rumors while manipulating me that it's all in our best interest. In addition to spreading ill rumors, they also complain and accuse Bao, another VTuber, of giving their editor too much work, resulting in the editor not having any time for new clients, which will be important later on. The screenshots below show them showing their affection and appreciation immediately followed by spreading rumors and lies to make other clients appear problematic to manipulate any future decisions regarding commissions. Here's the screenshots right here. I'm going to go ahead and read these out for y'all real quick. Of course, I wanted to understand it better, especially if I cancel her for the second time, lol. I'm pretty sure this is the one following Bao. Well, with Blank, she's given a lot of bias and priority at GS, sometimes over Cinder, and we can't really confront them about it, and plus she's gone 3D lately. Bao has been getting on our nerves for a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor a while ago and is constantly picking up artists that we work with. We've gotten to know her better being friends with her, but she really rubs us the wrong way with the things she does. We wanted to try and safeguard our most important artists from her since she's already taken our editor. And I don't mean taken like he doesn't work with us anymore. He does. But he has to dedicate time for her now, and sometimes that gets in the way of our projects. Also, one of Bao's MV, which is music video editors, is the one that did the Boss Rush MV, and we're 99% sure she told him not to do any more with us. But like model art is the most important thing. That's a VTuber's entire image. So my thought on this is that that's ridiculous. I mean, like, it is true that at one point Bao did go 3D for a little bit, but with artists, like, you can't really gatekeep them from other clients because that's how they make their money. And if you're going to be gatekeeping them to working with specifically one client, they're going to be losing money, and, you know, they're going to be hurting their reputation because they can't take other work. So I think that's silly. But like I said, there's so much more that we're going to get into. This is the next screenshot. Well, we love working with you. Cinder wouldn't be Cinder without Nano. Okay, but like, let me tell you the tea about the MV thing. Bao had original songs last year that had MVs by her editor, and the songs flopped. This is true. Her editor met us at TwitchCon and was saying that he'd love to work with us, practically jumping through hoops to get something planned. We managed to have him squeeze in the Boss Rush MV between his work with Bao. He said he loved working on it and is super excited to work on the next MV project. Boss Rush's song blows up, and he's credited as editor. I ask him when he's free to do the next project. All of a sudden, he changes his mind and is only working with Bao going forward, no explanation. There's some context missing since we know how Bao is behind the scenes, but basically we don't have an MV editor now for our next Boss Rush project. We think Bao got pissed that her editor did an original song MV for her friends without her knowing, and it did 100 times better than her original songs last year, that she locked him up so no one else could work with him, and then had him make it public on Twitter that he was only working with her going forward, like a literal announcement tweet. I never seen that, personally, so I can't really say anything about that. If I did, I mean, obviously, you know, I would tell you guys, but... And now she's been barking up the tree of one of our L2D animators, so like, and you and a nano model. Yeah, looking for me sounds sus for sure. It's so annoying, I don't know, man. Oh, she has a way of guilt-tripping people to get her way. So, these screenshots themselves, I think, is crazy. I mean, it's, you can see it's black and white. He's literally trying to be like, yeah, you know, he's trying to put, like, he's trying to make Bao look like the bad person and make Nano be like, oh, okay, like, I shouldn't work with her. But that's just crazy. That's silly. Red asked me to cancel on one of their closest friends, Bao, by asking me to cancel my work mid-progress, manipulating me into thinking it's okay since she has many connections, and she'll be fine anyway, so I wouldn't feel guilty about it or worry too much. It was and is upsetting to me that Red contacted me specifically to check on me canceling the model I had planned with Bao. Did you cancel models? I did not. Nano Arc delayed to 2026. I'm scared to cancel with Bao. You shouldn't be. She has so many connections, she'll find someone super fast. Did you already design her outfit? I remember her showing it to us at WeebCon. Yes, I can give her the design for free as an apology gift. That is crazy, dude. Like, you can't tell me that you literally contact and just be like, did you do it yet? No. And it's like, yeah, because she might have other connections, like, sure, but at the same time, like, you know, she was already in the process of doing it. Why not just let her finish it? That's crazy. And the fact that he's like, did you already design the outfit? I remember her showing it to us at WeebCon. Like, that already shows that, like, she was doing it. Why not just let it be done? That wouldn't impact other creators in a way. Like, sure, a lot of people might go and check it out, but that doesn't mean that you're going to lose followers because of a better model. That doesn't make sense. Sure, it could be eye candy, but, like, no one's going to ditch your channel for that channel because of better models. It all depends on the person, you know? But, you know, whatever. Exclusivity and blacklisting other creators. In the messages below, they mentioned wanting an exclusivity contract, but they didn't want to pay for exclusivity. But rather, when a creator from their blacklist comes asking for a commission, they would guarantee me model work for Cinder only, and if anyone asked me for commissions, they'd commission me instead to compensate for not working with other creators. This felt very strange, given that one of the accusations they made was overworking their editor, yet their solution to me working with other creators was for them to essentially overwork me to keep me from working on other projects. The messages below show that their primary concern is that the more non-Cinder models I make, the less valuable my existing models become. It's hard to say how much this messed with my mind as an artist, that by working with other people, I'm somehow making my existing models less special. A following screenshot is one of them setting up the blacklist, saying I am not allowed to work with any new clients or create any new outfits for VTuber 1, specifically, and justifying those things by saying that with each model my art becomes less unique and special, and therefore Cinder somehow would become less special. The idea that my work as an artist and designer is devalued by working with other people is insane and hurtful. After realizing what taking a deal with them would really mean for both my workload and my mental health, I backed out. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. I mean, like, if we wanted to have some kind of model exclusivity, what would you need to make that sustainable for you? Maybe you can share one of your ideas and I can check out what I think. Okay, so I got some ideas for this, I guess. I was driving. What are you thinking? Okay, so asked help from my friends. They don't know it's you, don't worry. So a monthly fee, calculating my monthly earnings. Also, how long would this be, and if this counts for models I already worked on? Well, I think the main things we're looking for are for you not to take on any brand new model clients and to not make any new model outfits with blank again. You'd still be able to work on models/outfits with all of your other existing babies, and your artwork comms wouldn't be affected. One of our concerns is that more nano babies means nano models don't have the same value anymore. And second is that there are few that would rather not be able to have a model from you. Maybe not any new babies at all. The reason why I brought this up at all is that there's been a lot of bias with another one of our partners with certain creators, and we'd rather these creators not have what makes Cinder unique, which is your artwork. Just drama. What about we can pay blank for you, and you don't have to discount it from the next payment, and we'll continue giving you lots of model work. I think around 4 this year right now, but you don't work with blank, blank, or blank at all again, models or art. I don't think you've ever done anything with blank or blank before. We also have another gamer subs label for you too, the AFK. Is there any way to add a little bit more since blank still asks for art every now and then? We could do it like when blank asks for art. You tell her no, and then tell us to buy another art piece, like, so you still get a job from it. Already, that is suspicious as hell, because you're really gonna, I guess, ban someone from doing other artwork because of less value. But if you think about it, like, there are artists who make like 10 pieces of art, right? And they sell for like millions of dollars. Just because they make another piece of artwork doesn't make it any less valuable. It's probably still going to sell the same. You know, it's a different piece of art every time. So, I mean, that doesn't make sense to me. And I could see why this would hurt Nano. Because, like, you know, she is a good artist. I mean, I've seen her art. I think it's really good. And personally, I think that's just sad, you know, in the stance. But there's still more, so. Another example of speaking ill of other creators right after... Oh, God, I almost fell out of my chair. Another example of speaking ill of other creators right after they saw I was working with Shy Lily, trying to once again make the idea of working with other clients seem like I am setting myself up with problematic people who will do me no good in the long run to get me to reconsider working with them. They also continuously kept asking about my other clients' plans, which for them made the antenna go up and immediately went into slandering Lily. They consistently try to reassure me that despite their best efforts, they just happen to keep trying to bring drama in as reasons for me to go exclusive, and that working only with Cinder is them trying to look out for me. Hey Nano, do you have more plans with Lily besides just a model, like outfits or merch or anything? Been just a model so far. Okay, her asking you for model recently just made the antenna go up. She's been acting weird towards Cinder lately, and we don't know if something's going on. Oh, that's weird. Keep this in mind, that Shy Lily has been acting strange to Cinder. That will be answered. Ever since after V-Card launched. But what you consider weird. Lately dipping out of collabs they were both a part of at the last minute, and now ghosting her messages. Cinder's raided her a couple times in the past week, and Lily will acknowledge Cinder by name. Just like weird petty stuff, I don't know. That's super weird since they both share the same store, lol. Around V-Card's launch, they were talking about collabing. They were talking and collabing, and I don't know what happened. But her asking you for a model after that was just weird, even though she said she doesn't plan on getting a new model anytime soon. I don't know. Hate that we keep bringing you in drama. Yeah, I thought it was quite early to go for a new model. Blank looked a bit menacing, so I don't talk to her. Feels like we're going to have to compete with Lily if she's ghosting Cinder and wants the same model mama. Okay, so now they're trying to get competitive. That's crazy. Okay. The idea that they need to stay informed and gauge the competition is extremely upsetting and toxic to me. The competition they're referring to are people I thought they considered friends, who always helped, supported, and platformed Cinder. When I pushed back, the immediate response was blaming the other creators and implying that they initiated it by trying to work with me and that somehow justified their actions. They imply Lily ignored Cinder when she spent over a minute thanking the raid, which you can see in this clip. Oh, wow, there's actually a clip? What? Oh, that's great. Okay, we gotta watch this. Hold on. Let's watch this real quick. Hold on. I gotta pause this. Hold on. Go ahead and pause the music. Okay, let's see.
Taco Bell brought back crispy chicken
I
nuggets.
don't care.
I can't believe how good they are.
Why can't you believe it?
Because you're Taco Bell. Taco Bell.
You know, the breading is tortilla chips. Doesn't that feel very taco place? We're totally a taco place. That's a chicken place. That's also a taco place. Game.
Oh, what you just saw. Okay. Ooh! Oh my goodness! Hello! Oh! Hello, Raiders! Hello! I am playing Berserker. It's called The Last Berserker Kazan. We were sponsored, but the game was really fun, so I just kept playing for like a million more hours. Hello, everyone! Hello! The Pyro Pop raid! Hello, Pyro Pops! What did you guys do? I am low-key addicted. I usually... Okay, so most people know me for my gacha addiction, but I really like Souls-like games and similar mechanically challenged games. This game feels like a really cool Cobblemon. Oh shit, I wanna play Cobblemon too. That's sick. What does rating mean? Okay, so usually it's
Okay, so as we can see, she acknowledged the Raiders, a chicken and taco place. That's crazy. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so she acknowledged the Raiders and everything. She didn't say Cinder by name. I'm sure if we watch the whole clip through that she might say something, but you know, whatever. I'm glad that that's why it was blue. Okay. Is it just Cinder and Blank you've been doing continuous model outfits for? We'll have the Demon update list plus final arcade reference for you as soon as it's finished. I think it is. I have an outfit for Blank planned too. As for Blank, I got nothing for now. But she always comes up with something. Do you know who's rigging Lily's model? Gonna be Blank. Thanks, Nano. Sorry for all the questions. Just gotta stay informed, especially when it comes to our top artist. Never a break. Don't worry. Just don't stress too much with the side of things. It's bad for balding. I'm gonna go bald now. I'll keep you in the loop about anything else going on with that. The balding? No, you fool. Just stupid drama. Gotta stay competitive, even if we shouldn't have to. Also, your PFP looks like a guy with a mustache. Don't go too far on the competitiveness. It can get bad. Hey, it's not us. Oh, gotta chill sometimes. Okay, so already Nano said, do not get competitive. And he did. They did, okay? This is what happens when you have bad partnership practices. When you have bad business models. Okay, I'm no businessman myself. Like, I don't have any sponsorships or anything. I mean, obviously, I don't have enough subscribers, okay? But all I'm saying is, when you're in something like this, as far as I've seen, the more friends you have that you can collab with and stuff, the more your you know, I guess success can go up. You don't want to build your friendships based on if I step on you and get higher, I win. You want to make friendships with people because, like, all of you together make a community, and all of you together, like, you know, all of you can work together to be the big groups. Like, look at the Sidemen. Look at Vanos Gaming. Them by themselves, sure, Vanos is at the top, okay? But Vanos doesn't take it as, I'm the best of the best. He still plays with all those guys. He doesn't go solo because he's the best one out there. Welcome to the stream, Yellow. So, let's see, there's one more. We aren't the ones getting a model from the artist of the other GamerSupps owner out of the blue and ghosting them and refusing to acknowledge them. Okay, so yeah, he's definitely blasting on Shy Lily right now. Below, I wanted to push back and make clear I was uncomfortable on being dragged into drama, and they responded by bringing up more drama and baseless claims, all while trying to guilt trip me. It is ironic and crazy to me that I mentioned not wanting to be dragged into personal issues only for them to, on multiple occasions, mention other people's alleged drama. I have to turn the music back on. I'm gonna turn the music back on, one sec. Okay, there we go. Music's back on. Okay. Let's go ahead and read this. These screenshots are so freaking long, dude. Okay. Cinder, just wanted to say sorry for stepping back on the exclusivity deal. Wanted to apologize personally to you since I've only talked about that with Red. But I just don't want to be dragged on any personal issues like that. After all, Blank's still a client and it makes me anxious and kind of destroys my mental to do this kind of deal. Just wanted to let you know I still love working with you and Red, but I'll understand if things don't work out because of Blank. I just love my clients, that's all. I get it, Nano, and it was unfair to push this on you, but it's just really confusing going back and forth about it. I just get compared to her a lot, even still today, and it's like I'm always living in someone's shadow, which is one reason why Red asked about not making any more models for her. And when you said I understand if things don't work out, it makes me feel like you're okay with not working with me anymore, which hurts so much after all this time. I really appreciate you, Nano, and it's your decision who you ultimately work with, but this is how I've been feeling. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh. Guilt trip! Guilt trip! Guilt trip! That's all it is. It's guilt tripping. I don't really see the point of thinking about being compared to Blank. You're so much bigger already. You've done so much more. But I would never give Blank any priority over you. Also, there's not even any model for her being discussed. I just wanted to sleep clear-minded. Also, I'm fine not doing her models, but at least GamerSupps art stuff would be fine with me. I just don't want to be 100% an asshole to her, that's all. It's not me, but other people's opinions of us, and I'm just trying not to get involved in any drama that other people want to talk about comparing us. But I understand where you're coming from, Nano. There's no hard feelings. Sorry about this. My mental is just a bit weak. Same, girl. I'm so sorry for bringing this to you. I want you to get that money. The whole situation is just kind of sucky. I want to just get along. I understand if things don't work out about this. It would be mostly if you hate me for not burning Blank down from my list. I would never hate you. Thank you, and same. I'm just an insecure bitch. I love everything we've done together, and I want to keep doing more. People saying dumb shit online just makes me stressed. Okay, so first off, guilt trip, okay? Guilt trips in the chat, okay? Let's get guilt trips in the chat, okay? Also, this is the epitome of, like, petty, okay? This is the epitome of petty. And, like, I don't know how to feel about this, personally. Because, like, you could just, like, as soon as I see, like, all of this, like, I understand if things don't work out, it makes me feel like you're okay with it, but that is 100% guilt trip. Okay? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That is 100% guilt trip. That's just insane to me, okay? Okay. We still got more to go. We still got more to go. Justifying their behavior by stating that they are simply looking out for me when none of this has anything to do with me to begin with, and manipulating me into being grateful for earning will thanks to them, despite the loss of work from long-time returning clients and new clients. She's losing money. That's why. concerning my work and models as a team. Okay. So, I could keep going with this document, but so what's this thing with Nano and Cinder? Okay, so TLDR, basically that's what we're reading right now. This is the document that Nanoless, the model artist for Cinder, made, exposing her for basically being manipulative, and this whole thing that we got right now. Like I said, this one is Guilt Trip. Her boyfriend is making sure that Nano literally canceled every single model that she was doing, even though people were literally waiting for her to, you know, finish up her stuff. So concerning my work and models as a team. Okay, so you guys want me to read this one, or should we just hop on to the next stuff? Because I can keep reading. I can keep going. You see, I kind of want to skip ahead of it. So concerning my work and models as a team, it's simply business. That one sounds crazy. Damage control, we're gonna have to read that one for sure. Oh, that's it. Okay, so we're almost done. We're almost done here. Okay, yeah, we're almost done. We're almost done, gang. We're almost done. Okay, let's get this, because we still got one. Wait, let me see. We got 2 more documents to read, and then some tweets, and that's it. Okay, so we should be fine. So, another example of going after other clients of mine from before, claiming that having more clients alongside them makes my work less special with the recurrence of it's just business, manipulating me into believing that working with her is special for multiple reasons and that I risk losing that special something as a client if I prefer to work with others. No acknowledgement of my reasoning and need of working with other clients due to the nature of my work solely focused on their issues. I would also like to note again that this screenshot is one of many occasions that indicate that Red speaks on Cinder's behalf. I was originally concerned with everything going through Red, that it may not have been 100% of Cinder's feelings or wants. I messaged her about it to make sure that he spoke on her behalf and confirmed with both of them that this was the case. Hey Cinder, I hope you're doing okay. I talked with Red and believe he talked to you already, and I thought it'd be best if I just checked you personally. Also, actually, I wanted to know better your thoughts, because Red tried to talk to me, and I think I misunderstood things. I'm doing good. What's up, Nano? Oh, it's mostly about this. My mouse. Okay. Not to discredit any of your work, because everything you work on is the top of the line incredible, but when everyone's a Nano baby, it feels less special to be one, if that makes any sense. Kind of been getting the same feeling from gamer subs lately too. I thought on canceling some models because of it, but then I realized it's not really fair to me. I understand what that means, but at the end of the day, it's just business. That is the best sentence. I almost fell out of my chair because that's how great it is. Guys, listen. If you're gonna manipulate your friends, all you need to do is literally backstab them, and then when they come to talk to you about it, it's just business. That's all it is, right? It's just business. It's just business. That is crazy. You got me spinning in my chair like a little girl right now. Of course, we love working with you and want to keep working together, but if you prefer to work with other clients instead of me, I know it's for a reason for you to help grow and not because you don't like me. It's just business. It's like Cinder and Red's version of we got a job to do from the Cold War campaign. Exactly. That's exactly how it is, dude. It's exactly how it is. Being one of your very first model babies was so amazing. I was happy to be able to find someone to help you with the L2D, cutting it to improve your skills, and I think that's a big part of why everyone loved the 1.0 model, and then started asking you for them. I can have Red send you a list of our plans for the future and estimated due dates, so just let us know what you actually want to work on. That way I have time to look for someone else if you don't have time for my projects or don't want to do them. It feels special to only have your model art for all my outfits, but just let me know if you don't have time for me to be an exclusive Nano art baby anymore. Oh, you shot yourself in the foot with that sentence right there. Oh, Jesus. It's no personal reason. I would never do something like this to you or anyone, but yeah, it's important for my job to reach far, and I like working on different projects and people. I never ever said I don't want to work with you anymore. I told Red that even though I have my other works, we'll always have a way to get you a priority spot when possible. You'll always be my special baby. I also think it's important for you to work on projects that you're excited about, so I'll go through my plans with Red and send you our ideas to see if it's possible with your schedule. I know he can be a little pushy sometimes, but it's because he's just doing business for me to grow too, and he absolutely loves your work just as much as I do. It's okay, we'll update you guys ASAP. Sounds good to me. And as you can see, it literally says right here, you're viewing older messages. So, obviously, this stuff is, like, way back when. When was it? This was in 2023. Has no one noticed that? This was way back in 2023. And she waited just now? She waited just now to release all of this. We could have had this done years ago. 2 years ago we could have had this done. Oh, okay. Okay. There's got to be something that shows why Nano finally decided to leave. Because if all of this stuff is from way back when. Okay. Let's keep reading. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. Red tries to make it look like they never meant for it to appear like they wanted me to be exclusive by framing it as something I wanted, while immediately doubling down on the fact that me working with more people makes my work less special and no longer unique, as if every design is just a Cinder clone. So it's about working with Cinder. 2023, by the way. 2023. So it's about working with Cinder. My friends told me it's a bit unfair for me to stop other models, so I do more for Cinder, which I agree with them. I'm a free artist and I should do whatever I want to do. I don't want to take sides on any drama or situations. I still will always have a way to have open slots for Cinder, but I won't be having her as my only customer. I agree. You're a free artist and you should do what you want. But I was under the impression that taking on more Cinder work is what you wanted to do. I didn't think it was like we were making you do that. Guess we got a misunderstand on both sides. It's more about this. And it was that not to discredit your thing. We're still guilt tripping people in 2023. Oh, I see. I meant what I said. I mean, what I said is still true about how we feel, but it wasn't saying you only had to do Cinder work from now on. Oh my god, dude. Dude, get me on the hamburger phone. I'm gossiping with all the girlies right now, dude. That's with anything, though. Not just your work. If you have something special and then everyone wants and gets that thing, it makes it less special. I'm sorry you were under the impression we were trying to make you only work for us. I will keep things more business talk and less emotional, lol. Just let me know how this will affect your schedule so I can tell Cinder after. Sorry for the stress, Nano. But every single model I do is unique and I make them special in their way. It's not like I'm selling Cinder to everyone. Please don't feel this way. No, I know. You pour your heart and soul into your models and they're all incredible. I'm sorry I made you both feel this way, too. Oh. Okay. Okay. It's simply business. It's simply business. Normalizing their behavior once again by stating that it's simply business to sabotage other VTubers' careers and not work with them and focus on Cinder instead. It's okay, Nano. You're just making a living and making a name for yourself, and I can't blame you for accepting work from other big names in the industry and having very desirable talent. If you end up filling your model schedule again like it was, let me know. We'll have to replan some things depending on that. Thank you for understanding my side. We're all trying to have our name somewhere. Just don't take this personal or anything. I still love working with you guys, and again, apologies for the trouble on your plans. I'll still revisit my list and see what I've got. Business is business. If you want to go through the projects we talked about, and let me know which ones you'd want to do too. Is this about blank model, Nano? Yeah, I want to take it, but I don't want to disrespect Cinder. I want to do pretty models, no hurt feelings. Business is business. Nano, you're a freelance artist and Blank is a long-time client, so it makes sense to continue doing work for her. I understand the logistics of it. At the end of the day, you need to do what's best for you. I really appreciate for understanding my side. I do understand your side too, but sadly it's something between you two, not me. I shouldn't get involved in this fight. I just go art, burr. Right, I know. I just didn't think our other conversation sounded like I was trying to make you not work with her on a model. Like Blank specifically. Maybe I just considered the situation too much. My mistake for thinking this way. It's okay. But are we good for real? This feels like a weird breakup. I'm stressing. Me and you are good, but I still have to tell all this to Cinder. It'll be fine. Don't worry. I think she's still sleeping. Oh. So, in case you guys didn't know, Redacted and Cinder are dating. Like, they're boyfriend-girlfriend. So, that's why, like, and he's also the manager, so that's why, like, everything gets told to her and stuff. And who knows what the messages between Red and Cinder were said. We have none of that information. Nothing. So, it is very possible that Red was saying, like, was twisting words to Cinder, and then Cinder took it out on Nano. Like, who knows? We don't have any of those chats. All we have is between Red and Nano, like everything from Nano's perspective on this document. So, who knows? And here's damage control. Making sure none of this reaches the other VTubers and is all kept hush-hush, while also providing proof that they know what they do is ill-intended and should not get out, as it would cause issues for Cinder's career to be painted in this light. Know that the uncalled shot at VTuber 1 is even spoilered, a hidden message in Discord so it wouldn't accidentally be leaked. I try to be transparent as much as possible. I think it's more fair for both sides this way. 2023 still, just so y'all know. You didn't tell Blank you canceled because of Cinder, did you? No, I told all of them it was health issues. I would never blame anyone besides Blank. LOL. We never want to make you feel like we're making you or forcing you to not work on something. Especially if it's something you want to / don't want to do. And our conversation the other day wasn't meant to convince you of only doing Cinder's work. Again, sorry that it sounded to you like I was telling you to only do Cinder work. I'll message you later. Well, let's see if Blank wants a nano model or not, and hope Blank finds someone else. By the way, if you guys haven't noticed, these messages were edited. So, he could have, either it's like, you know, spelling errors, or he could have said something that he said on accident and deleted it. Who knows? The constant obsession with VTuber 1 and claiming that she is asking for it by causing this unspoken competition, which is coming from absolutely no other source than Cinder herself. I think it's more like wanting her to recognize Cinder, even though it literally doesn't matter. I feel like there's this unspoken competition between them, like they need to one-up each other because Blank can't get along, but I also understand her point of view. A new VTuber who people say looks, sounds, and acts like you becomes just as successful as you in a year. If she did recognize Cinder as an equal or a friend, then it would be like she's endorsing her copy, or like I've seen some people say her replacement. They share a lot of the same audience too. Like, at the end of the day, it isn't about how much we make compared to her. We just want her to recognize, hey, Cinder's a big VTuber too. She got there on her own merits, just like you did get along. And the marketing potential and money they could make if they teamed up. So he's literally just business-oriented. He's not worried about the friendships they've made along the way or the crazy things they've done, like being partnered with gamer subs and all that. He literally thinks of, I like money. My girlfriend makes money. We need money. If he has to literally burn bridges and destroy everything just for $5, that's crazy. The dude is literally the living epitome of Mr. Effin' Krabs. I just know anything we do, she's watching and will take from or try to outdo. OMG, you know the spinning figure we have on stream? Blank figure was announced on Wednesday. No spinning figure. Cinder debuts Saturday. Everyone hears about it. Figure announced. Spinning figure on screen with exclamation mark figure right next to it. Blank stream yesterday. First stream since Cinder debut. Guess what? Spinning figure with exclamation mark figure next to it. But what if the real business was the friends we made along the way? You're out of luck, pal. Then, like a month later, unfollowed her on Twitter and started taking her ideas, Cinder's ideas, like the flames, and now she's basically rebranded to more of a fire Cerberus. Using fire emojis all the time, shaking my head. Never did that before. It's funny because she used to call herself a hellhound, but stopped when Cinder grew past her, and now she uses Cerberus or Cerber Pup or whatever her lore says she is, I don't know. The unfollow is weird. Yeah, so it's like, there was also unprovoked tweets from her, like, I didn't copy anyone else for my design is on me, this is who I am, like, Who are you saying that to? Oh, LOL, on random Cinder clips on YouTube, there was one dedicated Blank fan or someone she knew, I don't know, that would comment on these clips, saying, like, when are you going to clip Blank? Only on Cinder clips. I'd like to highlight the irony of expecting to be entitled to recognition for her own efforts and size, where her own active efforts are tied to sabotaging this very same VTuber. Also feeling entitled and insisting to be recognized by someone else is odd. Thanks for taking the time to read through everything. I hope everything makes sense and everyone who has been hurt, manipulated, or sabotaged by her will find closure. So, that's the end of this document. My thoughts on all of this, everything that we just read. Clearly, the manager, Redacted, is a POS. Okay, let's get that out of the way now. Redacted is a POS. He's a piece of shit. Okay, he's clearly just business oriented. He doesn't care about the friends that helped her grow significantly or anything like that. And it clearly, it's kind of obvious that Cinder obviously knew what was being said, and that she's also just very business oriented. She clearly doesn't care that her friends actually wanted to be her friend. She just saw them as stepping stones. He doesn't care about the friends he made along the way. Exactly. They weren't his friends. They were clearly his girlfriend's friends. And Cinder and Red saw them as business opportunities. Like, you know, you do a collab with this specific streamer and, you know, a lot of people watch her content. You know, you're going to make some big bucks off of it. That is basically how I see this. That's how I see this happening. So yeah, that's the first one. Okay. Now, after this document came out, Cinder posts on her Twitter, effective immediately, Redacted will no longer be managing or overseeing my VTuber activities. He no longer represents me as a creator, my brand, and my intentions. I'm sorry, everyone. I will make a larger response when I'm able. So clearly, she saw that Nanolist posted on Twitter. She saw that she is putting Cinder on blast. And obviously, it's going to damage her reputation. So she fires him. She doesn't take accountability. No. She doesn't take accountability. What she does is fire her manager, her boyfriend, and as we didn't know at the time, this was her manager. We didn't know at the time it was the boyfriend. But she fired the manager and just did not take account of freaking ability. Okay? Now, the next thing that I saw is... Or actually, I need to read this first. So, when she posted this girl named Vam Peaches came out with a tweet. Okay? Here's what it says. I remember playing Phasmophobia with you and hearing Red chat away next to you before you first debuted like 4 years ago. You told me he was your boyfriend. Then before we met for TwitchCon, you switched up and said, just so you know, my manager is coming with me on this trip, as if I didn't know who he was. It's even ickier to read this tweet knowing he is your significant other, and that you're probably going to try and avoid taking responsibility for hurting people who trusted you as friends by nuking the red side of this duo. Congratulations, 100 subscriber. Let's go! Did I actually hit 100 subscribers? I'm gonna check this out real quick. Oh, hold on. Before I get posted away with that. So, clearly, this girl's trying to catch her and being like, wait. You're not getting away with it that easily, okay? You're not going to get away with it that easily, because that is your boyfriend. No one knew about this. This blew the whole witch hunt out of the water. Because no one knew. And once she came out with this tweet, everyone lost it. Okay? Everyone was like, oh my god, that's crazy. I'm going to go ahead and switch off this screen real quick. You guys are going to get a frozen webcam real quick. Go ahead and check this out. Let's freaking go. I hit 100 subscribers. Hell yeah. Thank you guys so much. This is awesome. Okay. Sorry, I just had to check that out. That's awesome. Okay. So, yeah, so this tweet came out, everyone lost their minds, okay? Now, another document came out, okay? This is from Bao VTuber. Bao is a very big content creator, okay? She was also very, very close friends with Cinder as well. And her stuff is kind of like confirming things Nano said. And kind of like just clearing things up, I guess. And giving her side of the story on things. So, I kind of... I mean, unless you guys want me to read the whole thing... I'm just gonna kind of skim over it, but this is up to you guys. I mean, if you guys want me to read the whole thing, I'll read through the whole thing. If you guys want me to just kind of skim through it, we'll skim through it. It's up to you guys. Read the whole thing? Alright, looks like we're gonna read the whole thing. Alright, let's do it. So... if my mouse would stop disconnecting. Come on, big guy. I believe in you. Need to get a new mouse. Hello, this is Bao. I will only speak to what Nanolist has decided to share with the public and the messages that directly mention me by name. Okay, so like I said, we're not getting more information out of screenshots and stuff. We're getting the same thing. This is just dispelling claims. I would like to kindly ask everyone to refrain from turning this into a witch hunt and remember that we are still just humans at the end of the day. That's unfortunate because this turned into a witch hunt. They got the whole effing mob out. Before I start, I want to point out why I'm addressing both Cinder and Redacted, despite the messages being largely from Redacted. Many times throughout the messages where the words we, were, our occur numerous times. As someone who was close to and worked with Cinder for years, I have first-hand experience on how Cinder and Red collaborate and the extent to which Red operates as her primary point of contact in her professional and personal projects. It is that experience that leads me to believe that all requested messages sent by Red were both known about and approved of by Cinder. In March of 2024, I announced that one of my subathon goals was a live 2D model. Nanolist was going to be the live 2D illustrator. As she finished both the design and base model sketch, there was suddenly back and forth on whether or not she had the physical and mental capacity to continue my model. I was very sad, as I had not only teased a screenshot of the model sketch on Twitter, but I had grown very attached to the design and showed it to all of my friends. In a private group chat that Cinder was a part of, I shared how devastated I was, and she did not comment or say anything despite others in the group chat comforting and reassuring me. I now realize that the reason for her silence was because Cinder and Redacted were deliberately sabotaging ongoing commissions and blocking VTubers such as myself from having access to art form. Or to having access to art from Nanolist. So now we finally have Bao's name in the screenshots that we didn't see in Nano's. So it's the same thing. The only difference is that Bao is now mentioned. So let's see. Okay, so this one's also, you know, all of this is basically... Wait, again, this is secret talk. I didn't see that. Did y'all see that in the Nano document? Did anyone see that, or is this brand new? Because I did not see that in the document. That's crazy. Mouse disconnected again. Okay, there we go. That's so crazy to think about. Nanolist asked Redacted why he was encouraging her to not finish my model. Redacted then lists my name amongst various VTubers, as well as the vendetta Cinder and Redacted harbor against each. I didn't see anything about secret talk in the Nano doc. That's what I'm saying. That is so crazy. This is what Redacted lists as reasons why Nanola should cancel her ongoing live 2D commissions with me. Okay, so a lot of this is basically what Nano said in her document. It's just Bao kind of like confirming things. Here's one that I didn't see. This is in 2024. Wait a minute. Okay, this stuff was in 2025. So, trying to make her work, like, trying to say you can't work with other creators. This stuff was in 2025. Okay, I see. Interesting, interesting. Okay. This is not what friends do. Friends do not sabotage each other's friends out of business opportunities. Friends do not spread lies. Friends do not use the private information they get from the privilege of being close friends just to use it to manipulate others. If stepping on your friends and abusing your power and connections is how you get to the top, then I hope you realize no one will be left when you get there. That is the wisest words I have ever heard. I'm gonna get a little personal here for a sec, guys. Okay? I'm gonna go ahead and pause the music for a sec. I'm gonna get real with you guys here. When I collaborate with other people, I don't see it as a way of, you know, I'm going to collaborate with you because you have more subscribers than me and I want to steal them from you. When I collaborate with other people, I do it out of, I want someone else to play with. And, like, sure, if I get other subscribers and stuff from that channel, that's great. That's awesome, right? It does build my channel. But at the same time, in my opinion anyways, I do YouTube for the fun of it. Because it's fun to do YouTube. I get to come on here and ramble about the most random of stuff. I mean, I literally have, like, checking on my second monitor right now, I have 10 views on this live stream. Okay? And I'm talking about the dumbest thing right now. Like, I'm talking about something that's already been mentioned already. And, like, obviously not a lot of people care about this stuff. And yet, I still got people here who are just listening to me ramble on about it. You know, so I could not see myself, and I could be wrong. You know, I could be wrong. But I don't see myself making friends with people just so that I can feed off of their success just for me to get to the top. I could not live with myself if I was doing that. You know, and like, you know, I've collaborated with people, you know, like I've collaborated with Witherbro. I've collaborated with other YouTubers. And, you know, I don't think of it as a business opportunity. I think of it as, hey, someone else wants to make a video with me. And I like that. You know? And, like, I have a job. I have a real job. I make money from my real job. Why would I need to steal someone else's money? I'm getting ahead of myself, but this is just sad. It really is. It really is just sad. So let's go ahead and turn this music back on. We still got a lot of reading to do. More screenshots of them urging Nano to cancel the ongoing live 2D commission with me. Even mentioning how excited I was about it when I showed them the design during Cinder and I's concert at WeebCon in 2024. Don't sell yourself short. I think she'd be fine with taking the design and finding someone else. I wouldn't offer it for free. Maybe half price if she starts crap, lol. Yeah, you're right. I'll talk to her today. We'll also close the model inquiry today. Opening that was a mistake. I wouldn't offer it for free. Maybe half price if she starts stuff, lol. I don't know what I have ever done to either Redacted or Cinder to deserve this level of vitriol towards me. I don't remember having any issue or any problem that couldn't have been solved by talking. Regarding the messages where Cinder and Redacted openly accused me of stealing their YouTube editor, Boss Rush music video animator, as well as any artists they have worked with. Hi Kiteser, nice to meet you. I was just watching your stream highlight from me and Cinder's collab, and I really loved your editing style and humor. I was curious if I could request a video edit from you every now and then if you have any availability. My username is Bao on Discord if you want to chit-chat more there. Thanks again. Bao. Hi Bao, I'd love to edit a video for you. I just sent a friend request on Discord. She hijacked our YouTube editor. Their YouTube editor, Kaiser, is a mutual YouTube channel editor for myself and Cinder. My channel messenger, June, and I asked Kaiser for one stream highlight per month, as we are aware of his extensive position as Cinder's channel manager. I made a point to note this in my inquiry email to him in 2023. Bao started a call that lasted 5 hours. I started a group Discord call that lasted 5 hours to hang out with my editors. In this group call, Kaiser shared with us that he was afraid to ask Cinder for a raise because he initially turned down an exclusivity deal. As a friend to both Cinder and Kaiser, I encouraged him to take the deal and reassured him that I would not change our friendship, as I would never want someone I care about to miss an opportunity, even if it meant I would lose him as an editor. The other editors who were in the call can corroborate this. I'm sharing this context because there are no words to describe the hurt and betrayal I feel now, knowing that on the other side of this conversation, Cinder and Redacted were actively portraying me as a thief and a detriment to their business. I've only ever supported them in their activities and never once thought that I had somehow gotten on their nerves. Bao had original songs last year that had MVs by her editor, and the songs flopped. This is gonna be good. I'm in shock and disbelief that this is the narrative they decided I deserved. Saying that I harbored an invisible jealousy because my songs flopped made me feel sick to my stomach. In late 2024, I was dealing with debilitating TMG pain that resulted in me having to drain fluid from my jaw joint to open my mouth properly. They both knew this. I've always wanted my friends to succeed alongside me, and I don't know how they could say these things while simultaneously weaponizing my most vulnerable moments against me. We're 99% sure that she told him, Sacramore, not to do any more business with us. Bosch Rush music videos. I have no idea who Sacramore is. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is the tweet I was telling you guys about that I didn't see. I never seen that tweet. So, oh, yeah, okay, that's weird. After I finish up 2 more comms for Peeps, I'll be shutting down my comms forever and editing anonymously in-house for Bao VTuber. Freelance has been fun and got to work with lots of really cool people, but I'm putting myself in Bao content as my only priorities in the future. Anonymously in-house as in will never be credited publicly so no one knows who does this work for Bao. Oh, it's literally it, LOL. This literally reads like a hostage note. I asked to be anonymous since I'd like to separate from being known as a freelancer. No one does this. No one decides to do this on their own. This was 2 weeks after Boss Rush came out. Yeah, it's just pretty weird, LOL. In these messages, Cinder and Redacted are referring to my animator Sacramore, whom I have been working with since 2023. Hi, I'm going to bed, but give me your rates and turnaround time for video like the Bao experience one. Me and my editors loved it. Yo, all good. Yeah, ever since 2023. And they're still friends. It looks like they're still friends. So, who knows, bro? Who knows? Proof of how long we've worked together. In 2024, Sack asked me if he could go completely exclusive for me and work for me in-house with no credit in order for him to be able to quietly work on his personal projects and brand without having VTubers ask him for more commission work. I was happy to accept. I wanted to reiterate that this was Sack's decision and no one else's. Here is proof of Sack mentioning his wishes to be my in-house animator directly to my channel manager, June, Beepus, back in December 2024, refuting Redacted's claims that I locked him up due to Boss Rush's success. Yo, is it fine if going forward I don't be credited in video descriptions? Okay, thanks. I'd rather just be more an in-house type of thing for Bao after this blank thing is done. It's the last commission I ever do for anyone besides Bao and want to make a name for myself through my own content and not really my work for others next year. Why aren't you solving this privately? If you look at the timeline of events from Nano's document, some of those messages date back years. I found out about this in less than 48 hours ago, and they did not give me common courtesy of talking to me privately about this over the years. My thoughts, feelings, my most vulnerable, darkest moments that I shared in confidence with people I thought would be on my side years and years from now may have been used as information to ruin my chances to have the same VTuber model as someone I thought was my friend, and I don't know how I can ever be the same after this. I would like to ask the community to refrain from spreading any harmful speculation. Everything shared in this document was done so with the express permission of those who shared it with me. I made this document with the intent to refute the claims made about me in the screenshots. Thank you for taking the time to read this. Basically, I hate to be mean, Bao was trying to cover her ass. Okay? That's all there is to it. Bao was just covering her ass. She didn't do this to necessarily clear up anything, in a way, like she did, but Redacted basically said Bao was doing this, and this. Bao did not try to do this to help anyone except herself, which, like I said, I know that sounds mean, and to be frank, it's because I am. I love Bao. Bao's a good content creator, but at the same time, in my opinion, it feels like Bao was doing this to cover her ass. Which she has every right to, okay? She has every right to. But this didn't help with the problem. But it makes sense, because, like, no one wants to help Cinder right now. At all. No one's going to. Because, obviously, what she did was shitty. But there is one more document, 2 more documents we have to read. The last one is the one that obviously just recently came out. So, it's this one. I am VTuber 1. This, I believe, was by either Silvervale or Spite. I have to check. It's Silvervale. I believe this one's from Silvervale. So, Silvervale is also another VTuber. And I'm pretty sure she's a small VTuber. Also, there was another document that was made about Cinder. I don't know if it's YouTube safe. Because it involves... How do I say this without getting canceled? It involves texting another person in a friends with benefits way. And it basically showed that Cinder was... Like, Cinder cheated on her boyfriend, basically, with this other person. There is that document too, and that one I did read, obviously. But this one I never read in full. So everything that I'm going to be talking about in this document, I have not read. So my expressions are going to be more genuine, I guess. So, looks like there's a bunch of people that have edited this. Oh my, there's so many people. 42 people? Are these people reading this or editing this? I think it's just viewers. Okay. Anyways. I guess I'm going to go ahead and read this one as well. What do you guys think, chat? Should I read the full thing or skim it as well? Alright, go ahead and read the full thing. Alright, chat. Let's go ahead and read it. I shouldn't have to say this, but me putting out this statement is not a call for or an excuse for anyone to turn the situation into a witch hunt. That's the thing! Everyone says do not turn this into a witch hunt, and it turned into a freaking witch hunt, bro. At this point, just put Cinder in handcuffs and send her to jail or put her on the stake. That's how everyone's feeling, okay? I don't feel that way. I loved Cinder. I loved her content. This whole thing trips me up. But with the way everyone's treating her, we might as well grab the pitchforks, burn the house down, put her on the stake, and stone her. Because this is more than a witch hunt now. Anyways, my intention for making a statement is strictly to give myself closure for the events of the past years and clarify how I have been personally affected. I debated if I wanted to even say anything after being asked if I wanted my name in the original document censored, as the situation is much bigger than just my personal experience. However, after finding out how wide and extensive the transgressions were, I feel the need to give clarity to my situation and how I was personally affected. I want to know, as others have, that though a majority of the messages are from redacted Cinder's manager. I find it impossible that he acted solely on his own. Yeah, we got the full thing, okay? Let's see. Okay, so this was the same thing that we were talking about. And as I said, this is Silvervale. They blacklisted Silvervale. We can pay blank for you. Bow or silver. So there is another person that is being blacklisted. And I don't know who it is. But this is Silver's. We could do it like when Silver asks for art. So Silver is talking about how Silver's still a client. Okay, so basically this is the same thing. This is just Silver saying I am one of the people that was... I am VTuber 1 in the screenshots. Okay. So, let's see. Discovering that all of this was going on behind the scenes has been gut-wrenching. I didn't know Cinder. We weren't friends, and we have barely talked. Even writing this, I do not understand what I could have possibly done to warrant the level of malice and cruelty shown. In our private interactions, I was as cordial as possible, but I just wasn't interested in associating with her professionally or being her friend. From the few uncomfortable interactions I did have with her, I had gotten the vibe that her primary goal was to climb the social and content ladder and grow her brand. Makes sense, I guess. I'm fully aware how common that attitude is, and that's just how you grow in this sphere. But I personally don't have the emotional fortitude or bandwidth to have friendships for the express purpose of growth. For the record, I think it's fine to have that view and approach to content creation, but I also reserve the right to simply not vibe with someone. I would much rather not associate with someone at all than pretend to be their friend for the purposes of growing my band. This is what I'm saying. If you're gonna make friends in this, you know, job, profession, I guess, if you're gonna be friends with someone, make it that you actually want to be their friend. Don't do it for, you know, like, how do you say, acquaintances. Because it is one thing to have acquaintances, okay? You know, I see that happening a lot. But if you want to actually genuinely be someone's friend, actually be their friend. Don't just drag them along and pretend, because at that point, you're gonna crash and burn. Someone's gonna find out eventually, and then that's how things get ruined. The people I collaborate with, I consider them friends. I really do. I consider them, you know, to be good people. And I actually, you know, like when I'm able to do collabs, I have fun. Because I actually genuinely am interested in playing with those people. If I thought they were just acquaintances, I wouldn't be talking to them. I wouldn't be, you know, I wouldn't actually be, like, watching their things. I wouldn't be subscribed to their YouTube channels. But I do all of that because I actually like those people. I actually like, you know, like, I actually consider them friends. They're not acquaintances to me. Unfortunately, it's true. Some people do act like that in this job, you know? But if you're gonna be like that, you know, like, if you're gonna be like that, do everything by yourself. Just literally, at that point, just do it by yourself. What sucks is the creator space does become a business once you get to the point of spending $10,000 on a digital model. She pulled in iDubbbz. Exactly. Yes, that's exactly what I was basically trying to say. If you're spending $10,000 on a virtual model, that is crazy. That's a lot of effing money. That's a lot of money to be spending on something that bounces up and down side to side. Do I love watching it? I'll admit it, I do. But, you know, like, if I was going to spend that much money, you know, if I was going to be spending that much money on an anime character, I might as well just make my own anime show, okay? I might as well make my own HENTAI. at that point, like, if you're going to be spending $10,000 or something like that, just be like Quabblecop. Just make your own AI. Or something. I don't know. That's a lot of money. At that point, go all in and spend $50K on a music video. Exactly. 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 The only time I had actually talked to her directly was during my meet and greet at TwitchCon 2023. I had just finished my meet and greet, and as I was wrapping up, she walked directly to the screen to meet me, and had someone else take a picture of us together. I was not informed of this picture or asked permission for it, and only knew about it once I saw it on Twitter later on. Stopped by to say hi after my meet, Wolf Girls. Interesting. Wait, this is a bad thing? Well, I mean, I guess it is, basically. But yeah, just because you're running a business doesn't mean you should backstab your fellow creators. Exactly. Exactly. Because if you think about all of this from a business standpoint, you're not going to make it far. I'm surprised, honestly, and I hate to say it, but honestly, I'm surprised Cinder made it as far as she has. Because if you literally think of everything through a business standpoint, especially in something like this, you're screwed. Because at that point, you're no longer trying to make your things fun. You're just, I do this for the money. That's not healthy. That's just... Also, Cinder really loved meeting you and wanted to collab, so I told her I'd let you know, and I could throw you guys in a group chat if you were interested. Hello, I appreciate the sentiment, but I prefer not to collabs. No worries, hope you're having a good weekend. Aw, thanks. I'm trying to just busy, and lots of IRL stuff coming up, lol. Sorry for not being interested in collabs, I just like to do my own thing, but I'm always open to messages, lol. I hope you had fun at the con and everything went okay. After the meet and greet, she contacted my manager at Mythic to ask me to collab with her. I told them I would rather not collab, but accepted her friend request on Discord after turning her down. In private DMs, she reached out and asked me to do merch or other various forms of collab to be monetized, to which I again declined. I will always prioritize my mental health and peace over any potential profit that would make me feel used transactionally and put me out of my comfort zone. Hi, Silver. Sorry for getting back to you so late. I've been super sick from TwitchCon. Wait. Oh, okay. 2023. Okay. I've been super sick from TwitchCon. I guess a lot of us got sick after the last couple parties. I hope you had a good time at your meet and greet. It was nice to see you there. But yeah, no worries if you don't prefer to stream together. My manager suggested something more, so like sponsorships, merch, music, or some kind of other project together that maybe Mythic could help us with if needed. I'd love to chat more either way. No worries. It's been super hectic and busy for everyone. LOL. Hope you're feeling better. I'm really flattered by the persistence, but I'm just not interested in transactional relationships with anyone. I hope you can understand. Like, at the end of the day, it isn't about how much we make compared to her, but we just want to recognize... Okay. So, Silver... Unspoken competition, whatever. I had a new live 2D model in the works for my birthday with Nano, which was eventually cancelled. I was devastated as Nano was the one who originally asked if she could do this model because she was excited to make it with all the new things she had learned, and my birthday was special. Wait, so... They canceled her model for her birthday. That is crazy. That is crazy. At the time, the reason given was health and stress reasons, which made sense given how much was on Nano's plate, and despite my disappointment, expressed my support for her prioritizing her health. I am now aware that the actual reason for her declining to work with me on my birthday model was external pressure from Red and Cinder. Words cannot describe how heartbroken I was and am. Silver, I have to cancel the model comm. I'm sorry. My manager told me I have to cancel the most comms possible for healthy reasons. I've been working too hard and it's getting into me. I really apologize for this inconvenience. I was looking forward to it so much. I love your art so much and I've been so excited for a new model from you. I understand though. You have to prioritize your health and taking care of yourself. I hope your health improves and you feel better. Make sure to get lots of rest and relaxation. Do you know if you'd be able to do it next year at all? Don't feel pressured or anything, just asking. I'm sorry, it hurts me a lot too. I just wish I could work on everything I could, but I believe I could still go for your model sometime next year, yeah. That's okay, I know you have a ton on your plate and can't imagine how stressful it must be. Do you think you could still do the Gamer Subs tub art? Oh yeah, illustrations are okay. Right, I know, I didn't think our other conversation... Okay. like silver specifically. That's... I would never blame anyone besides Mio. I have no idea who Mio is. Okay. Let's see if Geary wants a nano model and hope so. That's crazy! They were gonna let someone else get a model from Nano, but not Silver? Just because the fact they look the same? That's so crazy! I didn't think much of it at the time, but Cinder messaged me on Discord right before my model was cancelled. She celebrated that we shared art, despite the fact that at the same time she redacted we're actively working to take the potential for more away. Hey Silver, I just got your gamer sub stuff in the mail and it looks amazing. It's so cute that we both have Nano's art on our merch since she's both our model mama. Cinder redacted has spent years sabotaging me for no understandable reason. I have never done anything to warrant this other than just existing as Silvervale. They actively sought to get my models and art cancelled, and based on the messages I have seen and shared above, seem to not have had any second thoughts about doing so. It's hard to express how crushing a feeling is to be talked about so cruelly and maliciously without my knowing, and to know opportunities and friendships were taken away from what I can only assume is spite and insecurity. There's no end to the amount of anxiety I feel knowing that if these rumors were expressed to Nano, I have to assume they were expressed to others as well. I hope this document and the evidence presented will convince you that I am not the person that Cinder and Redact try to convince people that I am. Thank you for taking the time to read this, and I hope that any and all of the people who have been affected by this can get the closure and peace they deserve. It's crazy stuff, man. There is one more document, though. And the tweets on this document are insane. We have one from Shy Lily, Camilla, Cottontail, Lucy Pyre, Vienna, Tricky, Mega, Fifi, Cha-Cha. Every single VTuber in this community has reacted to this apology, and trust me, I don't think there's anybody, like everybody praying on her downfall. Everybody. It is freaking insane how this went down. We're gonna go ahead and read this document. So this is from Cinder. This is called My Apology. I'm going to put this one in dark mode. Well, I'm going to see if I can anyways. Let me see. Go ahead and transition real quick and put this in dark mode. Is there not a... Here it is. I got it! Okay. Okay. I thought okay, I put it on dark mode, but this won't load up in dark mode. Here we go. Nope. I lied. Okay. I lied. I can't put it in dark mode. Which is unfortunate, because I thought you could. Like, I have X and everything on dark mode now, but the Google Docs is not wanting to go into dark mode. So, whatever. I guess you guys are going to have to suffer as well on this. Even though I've had everything else on light mode. So, this one is only 7 pages long. The apology can't be taken seriously. Exactly. This one I kind of skimmed through a little bit as well. But You know what? Hold on. I have to use the restroom real quick before I read this full thing. I'm going to turn up the music for you guys so that there's some background music for you guys, and I will be back in just a minute. Be right back, y'all. We'll go ahead and mute my microphone, and I will be back in a little bit. Alright, everybody, I'm back. Nice to see you all again. Alright. So, are we finally ready for an apology worse than the ukulele apology? I can tell you all one thing. This one is crazy. And you know what? In memoriam of it, I am actually going to play Miranda Cosgrove's apology video. Or was it Miranda Cosgrove? What was her name? What was her name? I can't remember. Colleen Bollinger. That's her name. Here we go. Okay, I got it playing right now. Let's go ahead and just give it a listen. Okay? Instead of streaming it on my second monitor, I'm going to put it on my main monitor. That wasn't the one I wanted. I love Penguin Z0, but I'm not gonna get it. It's a re-upload. Alright. Let's just give it a listen, and then we'll get right into the apology. Here we go.
Hey, it's been a while since you saw my face. I haven't been doing so great, so I took a little break. So a lot of people are saying some things about me that aren't quite true. Doesn't matter if it's true though, just as long as it's entertaining to you. Right? You guys having fun? All aboard the toxic gossip train. You're chugging down the tracks of misinformation. The toxic gossip train. You got a one-way ticket to manipulation station. Toxic gossip train. Tie me to the tracks and harass me for my past. Cause rumors look like facts. If you don't mind the gaps, I won't survive in the crash. But hey, at least you're having fun.
Alright, we're done with that. That's all, folks. That's all. Let's go ahead, get right back into what we're really here for. So, you guys want me to pause the music, or should we just keep it on? I want to know before we fully get into this. Let's go ahead and pause the music. Alright. So, this is Cinder's apology. This is the apology letter that she wrote. And all I'm going to say is this was super disappointing. This is... You know what? I'm bringing back an oldie here. I'm going to bring back the best thing for this type of event. I actually don't know if I have it. If you guys know what it is, you know what it is. I think it's gone. Well, that's a shame. The cowboy hat of lies, it's exactly what it was. I don't know where it is. I'm gonna go find it. Actually, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go find it. Boys, we found it. The cowboy hat is here. We have found the cowboy hat. So, let me see. Okay. Never mind. Nothing important. Okay. I got my cowboy hat on. I got my glasses. Let's get into, unfortunately, I hate to say it, one of the worst apologies. Here we go. There's nothing I could say to make this better, but I will try my best to properly convey my feelings, frustrations, and mistakes. I'd like to explain my point of view and apologize to each party affected. Redacted has been my co-content creator since I began making content, managing all aspects of what I do, and being a major part of why I'm here. We have also been in a relationship since the start of my endeavors. It's no secret that many VTubers choose to keep their public and personal lives separate, and I'm no different. As of yesterday, he is no longer working with me, and I have not extensively discussed any of this with him. So basically, she fired him without him knowing. Interesting. Where our personal situation goes from here will be figured out between us privately. I never intended to mention us publicly, but given that the claims are out there, I want everyone to know I'm taking this seriously. After years of working on everything together, his hyper-business-oriented outlook warped my view of what it is I should be doing and what should be important to me as I navigate this career path. I have a terrible work-life balance as it is, and being around projects and streams all day, every day, made me lose sight of the point. It took all of this happening for me to realize this behavior isn't normal or healthy, and it's not an outlook I want to have. This doesn't absolve me of the things I've willingly done wrong and went along with, or the way I've treated people who were fully undeserving. First off, I just want to say, no. Let the cowboy hat speak, okay? No. You can't just blame him for your warped outlook. Because clearly you knew what was going on was wrong. But you didn't stop it. You let it happen. Now that everything is imploding in front of you, now you decide to take a step on it. That's not right. At all. First paragraph and already I'm pissed. Okay, but let's keep reading. Maybe, just maybe, she takes accountability, right? In regards to Nanolith, for the majority of the time working with her, Red was the one almost solely doing the communication about new plans and negotiations through his private DMs. Okay, that is true. Nano had a project server where we were all a part of where the actual art and models were worked on, but the conversations were focused around the work itself. I was not fully aware, keyword fully aware of the extent of Red's manipulation over Nano's commission decisions, and I should have been more diligent in my oversight. Every time I had been told that Nano had agreed to work on a new commission for me, it had been willingly and with excitement. From my point of view, it was that she genuinely wanted to be working on these things. I wanted to work with Nano as much as I possibly could, making her art the face of my brand. We had come to the conclusion that it would be in my best interest to talk with Nano about making more time for my projects by negotiating with her to cut out other work. This was wrong for us to push onto her, and it was wrong to the other creators who wanted the chance of working with her. There was only one specific creator we were responsible for naming and pressuring Nano into reconsidering projects with, not an entire list, of her own volition. Nano canceled a large portion of her model commissions last September. However, the claim that I was just using her is wrong. I've always treated Nano with respect, and as my friend, I did give her a lot of work, and we did everything we could to accommodate her schedule if she needed more time or a break, and even helped her with her own project payments multiple times. I've invited her on my stream, I've sent her my merch and things she's made for me, and I was always open to talking to her about things outside of our projects in the instances we would message each other. Regarding exclusivity deal made between them, I had no part in the direct negotiations of their eventual agreement, and I had no knowledge of Bao and Cotton. That's who it was. That's who the person that was blurred out was Cottontail VA. Bao and Cotton being included in this list. If I had known my friends were included, I would have said something to put a stop to it. I was only aware of it being about one person who I was unfairly pursuing. When Nano had messaged me about an agreement almost a month later, I was under the assumption this was only about Silvervale. I was upset, and my initial messages to her were very guilt-trippy, but I wasn't going to force Nano to do anything she wasn't okay with, and tried reassuring her that I was okay with her decision. Nano had also never come to me as seriously and professionally as her document was looking to address the issues she had with either of us, or to terminate our partnership. I had no idea there was even a conversation about Shy Lily recently between Red and Nano until reading her document. It's true I had confided in Red that lately I hadn't been hearing from Lily like I had in the past and was worried something was wrong, but that's as far as it went, and he took it upon himself to try digging for more info. And I was never aware Nano was ever planning to work on a model for another of my friends, Geary. I do not condone anything about what Red said about Bao in those DMs either, and him using we and our in this context is abhorrently incorrect, as I believe was done to gain greater credibility behind what he was saying. Yes, Red and I were initially upset when Bao hired my editor, and I took it personally when I shouldn't have. I felt as if maybe my content wasn't good enough or like I wasn't paying enough for his work. But I accepted it and was happy for him for getting that bag and supporting one of my friends at the same time. Oh, Jesus, dude, no. Oh, my God. You do not put getting that bag in a apology statement. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh. And yes, I was also upset when Sack, the Boss Rush MV editor, had told us that he wouldn't be working on any future projects with us and would instead be working exclusively for Bao. But Red got it in his head that it was Bao's fault that it happened and seemingly held a grudge against her for it. He was very passionate about Boss Rush and the potential future projects around it, but he told me without an MV editor as talented as Sack, the future projects wouldn't reach the same heights. So he created this headcanon that laid out in those DMs. I wasn't convinced this was the case, but it's my fault for never speaking with Bao about these things directly to clear things up and letting it spiral to the point it got to. Every comment here about her own music, guilt-tripping, and claims about our shared feelings toward her are disgusting, and I honestly don't know why he thought this way about my close friend beyond the resentment over those two things, or why it was worth sabotaging her over. First off, that's your man's. You need to get that under control. Second off, what? Like, yeah, you should have talked to her about it. Did you, like, really think that, like, did you really think that this was just gonna blow over? Because if I had a problem with something, I would talk about it. You know? Like, I'd actually make sure things were clear. Things were good. Like, if someone took my editor, I would ask him, like, well, can I at least get a reason why you're going to no longer work on my projects? You know, they'd tell me, oh, well, I'm going to go work for this person, whatever. I'd be like, okay, cool, right? Or something, at least. It's all about communication, okay? Now, granted, maybe Cinder is telling the truth. Okay? But regardless, there should have just been better communication. That's what makes this so unbelievable. Let's get into the next paragraph here. The It's Just Business screenshot of my DMs with Nano's document was from November of 2023, and I'll go into my thought process of everything I said here. What Red was trying to explain to Nano is that if everyone has a model by her, then the innate value of her models overall are diminished by there being an oversaturation of that type of model out there. If everyone in the world had a VTuber model done by her, then the value of having her model wouldn't be the same as if there were only a handful of them, which he viewed as a negative for me. I understand where he... Oh, no. I understand where he was coming from with this, but in the VTuber space, this isn't something we should have pursued. Nano has an amazing skill where she's able to draw each of her VTuber children uniquely, so I was never upset seeing her new model siblings. In many cases, I was there cheering them on as their debuts, and looking to collab with them as sisters when I could. Me saying it's just business was referring to my acceptance of Nano's business decisions, whether she chose to work with me or not. This was not in reference to anyone's model being cancelled, further explaining to her that it's okay if she chooses not to work with me. I can understand where the next part can sound manipulative. My intention was to reminisce about the journey we had together up to this point, since at this time I wasn't sure if this is where Nano and I would stop working together as frequently as we had been. And I'd have to look for a new model artist. I then encouraged her to work on projects she's excited about while I talked to Red to find a project that would work with her schedule. So, one thing I want to say is that if Red said Bao can find other model artists to work with, you also could have done the same thing. Or Silvervale, or all of these other content creators. If you can say that they can piss off and find some other model artist, you can too. Sure, it sucks that you're not going to have the same person that does your model, but at the same time, you can find somebody else, or you can stay with the same model. Whatever the case may be. If you're going to say they can piss off from your artist, you can also do the same thing. This is crazy. When talking about Silvervale, I need to start at the beginning. Before I was Cinder, I was a pink cherry blossom girl named Tashi that did ASMR content. This is true. When the VTuber boom happened in 2020, I knew I wanted to join in. Red and I contacted an artist in October, and they were set to start my VTuber design by December. The plan was to take my cherry blossom persona Tashi and make her a pink and white wolf girl VTuber. In November of that same year, Silvervale revealed her Sakura wolf redesign. I had heard of Silvervale earlier that year, but I didn't watch her streams at all. We knew we had to pivot before we were stuck with the design that would just be a copy of one of the most popular VTubers at the time. Like I've explained many times on my stream, I knew I wanted to be a wolf girl, so I mixed my love of Okami and metal music into the design and came out with a Hellhound. My name was originally going to be Ember, but Red came up with the name Cinder since it was a mix of sin and cinder, both hell and fire themed. It was only a coincidence that it ended up being similar to Silver. I was genuinely interested in pursuing a friendship with her and drew fan art myself of us together. On the other hand, Red was in my ear the whole time saying how great working together would be, since again, he's been the business-oriented side of my brand. Since I started streaming, I have been ruthlessly compared to Silvervale, being called the discount version of her. I was accused of copying her design, copying her personality, even copying her laugh of all things. And there was a large number of people who were diehard believers in the fact that I stole all of these attributes maliciously for my own gain, citing the art that I posted of us together, calling her an inspiration, when in reality this was referring to the decision to become a hellhound. The only time Silverville was mentioned in the original designing of my character was when we explained why we were pivoting to something else, and there were no references of her character involved. I grew more and more resentful of Silver over time. Between the constant belittling of myself, a controversy around my first waifu cup, and other incidents, even though she herself never interacted with me directly. And it was also the fact that made me insecure, like I wanted to know if she believed all of these things or not. It really felt as if she didn't like that I even existed in the same space. So at the point I was working with Nano, consistently we brought up not making any more models for her. If a VTuber model is how everyone recognizes you, then it'd be harder to compare us directly if we no longer look alike or have that shared similarity. It was a wrong and selfish decision, but it made me feel better, and that's why it was a constant topic with Nano. Red pushed for this harder than I ever did, because he knew how it affected me for years. But no matter what the outcome was, I wasn't going to walk away from working with Nano. Silver was completely undeserving of this treatment, and it was my own insecurities that led me to making this choice. I became unapologetically evil towards her due to no direct action of her own. There is no excuse for any of this. Oh, man. Yeah, this is a lot to digest right here. I've never watched Silvervale personally. I didn't even know she existed until I read, these documents and stuff. Yeah, clearly seems that she was treated harshly for no reason. There could be behind the scenes stuff that we don't know about, but as far as I know, yeah, this is just bad. Moving on from Silvervale, let me talk about Spite. Spite. Is there a document about Spite? I don't even know who Spite is. I'm not going to get into it, though. We're way too deep in this right now. We're already on page 3. Once again, I had no involvement or knowledge of Red bringing up Spite to Nano in 2023. My own personal involvement with excluding someone specific from working with Nano was Silver. My design sheet and outfit were finished and made public at the very start of 2021. The first thing she mentions is a debut teaser in 2022 that was apparently posted on the same day as her original debut, which I honestly didn't know if at the time this was intentional or not. I don't know when I first discovered Spite, and it could have been after she debuted. When I first debuted, I was very possessive of my design details. I had made it a year and a half since my design sheet was finished in public to having a full VTuber debut, as I watched everything grow and change from the sidelines, and I didn't want anyone else to capitalize on my concept before I could. Soon after my original debut, I remember Spike getting an update to her model, which made it seem like she more closely resembled me, including fire added to her model. Without evidence, I saw it and thought she must have copied me, but I never did anything about it other than voice my frustrations to Red. I didn't want to start drama with anyone, and I didn't have ownership over fire as a design detail. The references for the ripped shirt and shorts outfit on my bikini model was given to Nano in June of 2022, with the purpose of having a cover-up outfit that would be safe for Twitch. The merch art she's referring to was designed around my concept of my fire changing blue. The fact that the rest of the art was grayscale was the artist's choice, since it was going onto the back of a hoodie, and I didn't have a say, or at least I didn't counter that being the final decision. There was no intention to deliberately look like Spite with this piece. Unfortunately, both my Angel and Sleepy outfits being similar to outfits Spite had done in the past was just a coincidence. I had always planned to one day make an Angel counterpart to my Demon outfit when it was being made in 2023, my original ref sheet laid the groundwork for that idea. I never liked theming anything around my brand in a religious light, so I chose to make my angel form more Greek Valkyrie than biblical, which also gives it a similar look to my demon form. The sleepy outfit was a last-minute decision to pivot from a fully new 3.0 model because I had the opportunity to work with gamer subs on an AFK flavor. Spite never should have received the hate comments on her outfit or any comments comparing us or belittling her because of my existence, and I never advocated for anyone to do so, especially given my experience. Spite also brought up another creator who reached out to her about the experience with me, and I can only assume it's Neon Tails. There is an ASMR artist who at one point posted a Hellhound OC for one of the upcoming ASMR videos and was undoubtedly created using me as a reference. This was right after my debut, and like I said, I was very protective of my design elements being unique to me, and I overreacted. Shortly after, I apologized, and they agreed to adjust the character design, and I thought the matter was settled. Okay, jealousy and insecurity. That I already know this whole document is going to be, oh, I'm an insecure little girly. That's it. It's all about jealousy and insecurity. I already know it. That's what all of this is about. And honestly, that's sad. Like, that's really sad. The very start of my online career, I was a GFE ASMR artist. Before I started my channel, I had gotten into listening to roleplay audios myself. I had always been a shonen throughout high school and college, and I wasn't happy with where my life and relationship were at the time. After uploading my first few audios, my channel started growing fast. This was the first time I was inundated with so many people wanting to know me and talk to me, and I got lost in the excitement of it all, not fully coming to terms with these messages being because of the kind of content I was making. I was immature and inexperienced with how to conduct myself online. I have never had many IRL friends, and I had met Rain doing ASMR. This is the person I was telling you guys. Thanks for coming to the chat, Siggy G. Appreciate it. You have a good day yourself. Rain is the guy that I was telling you guys about, that Cinder and him were becoming more than friends, let's just say. And yeah, so I quickly became comfortable chatting with him about everything, divulging my grievances about my personal life when I shouldn't have. I cheated on my boyfriend with Rain in the conversations, flirting and blank. I used Rain for emotional comfort and sexual fantasy, while I let my real-life relationship collapse. It was about my dissatisfaction with my personal life, and escaping into messages with someone else who I had found through content focused around GF and BFRP. It was never about climbing the ladder with Rain, and I find that being his takeaway from why I moved on baffling. By the time I was ready to debut with Cinder, I wanted to leave that in the past. Still to this day, I regret my decisions and have been living with it since, and I was lucky to be able to mend my relationship after this. And lastly, I want to address Peaches. This is a very big problem I have, and I'm sure many others in my position do too. At the end of the day, I am one person. I am one person working on multiple projects with multiple companies, talking to dozens of people, and streaming for hours almost every day. I've never had a big social battery, and I get tired very easily when interacting with people. I haven't had much energy all over the past year, leading me to take frequent naps. What? What does this have to do? I've rarely been able to keep up with my closest handful of friends on a frequent basis, let alone everyone else. Red has always been a big help in keeping up with things, but he doesn't do everything. I am so sorry I made you feel forgotten, Peaches. I've always cherished your friendship, and I was so incredibly excited to meet you in Paris. I'm so grateful for everything you've done for me, and I've never thought to purposely drop you just because I could. I'm sorry. I know you've made a lot of people feel forgotten, ignored. It's so easy to get caught up in projects or what I'm doing while I have the energy to do it. People will fall by the wayside. I understand the feelings of those who resent me over this, and all I can say is I'm sorry. I don't deserve to be able to contact everyone involved directly to personally apologize, so I'll do it here in the chance it Let's go ahead and read that one more time. I don't deserve to be able to contact everyone involved directly to personally apologize, so I'll do it here in the chance they read it. What are you talking about? That is called accountability. You go into Discord, WhatsApp, whatever you text on. You say, I want to apologize directly to you and say I'm sorry. You send these long paragraphs to them. Not this little document thing you did. Great, cool. Let the public read it. Don't say you don't deserve to be able to do it. You do. You do deserve to do it. You need to do it. This is why people are upset at you. Because you need to do it yourself. You need to get your balls, you need to grab your balls, shrink them down, and go and talk to them. Grow some balls and go do it. This is why everyone's upset. This is why everyone's pissed off. This is why this is the worst apology, because that sentence right there. If you think you don't deserve to go and apologize, I feel sorry for you. You are a narcissist. That's all I can say. Okay? That's all I can say. This is Let's go ahead and read the apologies that she wrote to everyone. To Nano. I'm sorry I let things get to the point or even entertain the thought of you working exclusively with me. That's not fair to you. I wouldn't be here without you, and I wouldn't have been able to do most of what I've already done without you. I felt overly attached to our relationship over the past 4 years, and I loved your work so much that I wanted to make myself exclusive to your art and should have never sought those feelings to be reciprocated. Everything you've ever worked on for me was always so perfect, and I lost sight on how everyone else around me would have felt. I had no intentions of pressuring you into anything, but looking back on my clouded judgment, I can see how my messages felt that way. When I talked about how my models helped you improve, I meant that as looking back on how far we've come together. We've been friends for so long and cheered each other on when we both started growing and getting more opportunities like plushies, figures, etc. You have been my exclusive artist for full-life 2D models for the majority of my time as a VTuber, and of course I would have been sad if you didn't want to continue that relationship, but in all of our private DMs, I was okay with you ultimately doing what was best for yourself. I saw you as someone I trusted and loved and wanted to make sure you were still taking care of yourself with all the projects you took on, mine or otherwise. I never saw you as just a business partner. I thought I was reassuring you that I'd always be understanding if you wanted to move on to other projects. I genuinely appreciated our friendship. I always saw you as a close friend, and I'm sorry for what I put you through. That one does feel heartfelt. That one does feel genuine. Except the messaging parts, maybe? Because it is true in the documents. She did put, if you do want to leave, whatever, but she was guilt-tripping her into not wanting her to cancel. But a lot of the other stuff, to me, does sound true and heartfelt. But I don't know. But as you can see, there is 2 more pages. So let's see what else we got. To Bao. Since the start, I've always admired you and how genuine you've always been to everyone. I wouldn't be here without you either. I'm disgusted with myself for buying into the narrative that my friends were competition. I've never had such genuine friendships in my life, especially with you. We've gotten to know each other so well online and in person. You've already been through so much, and the last thing I'd want to do is cause more harm. But I did. I'm sorry for not reaching out sooner about these ideas that were put into my head. I wish we would have been able to talk about this too. I didn't know about the severity of things that had been said and theorized about my own friends behind my back until now. Thanks for coming to the chat, man. Y'all have a good day. Let me see. It's not my fault. It's my fault for not realizing the things Red was saying about you. The countless friendships I've made here within the last several years mean so much more to me than him in the business side of things and his way of thinking. No amount of popularity or money means more to me than the relationships I've built in this community. I've always been myself, whether that be on stream or in person, and I hope the friends I've made can understand I never condone this behavior or any of the things that were said about my friends. I've always wanted everyone around me to thrive and find happiness. I can't stress enough how disappointed I am that I didn't see this sooner. Until I got to a breaking point. I'm sorry, Val. That's crazy. That's communication. That's all I can say is communication. I mean, like, literally, this all could have been avoided with communication. And you chose not to do it. Probably, in my honest opinion, because you were scared. I mean, I don't blame you, but at the same time, if you didn't want things, like, if you knew it was going to spiral out of control, I assume you would have talked about it. But we were wrong, so that's unfortunate. To Sack. I loved getting to chat with you in person and absolutely loved all the hard work you put into the Boss Rush song. It was so grateful to hear you were on board to edit the MV. I don't remember exactly why the stream got pushed back, but I definitely wouldn't have put the blame on you knowing about how soon the deadline was when you started working on it. I was so thankful for your willingness to complete the project despite everything, and the quality of how it turned out was incredible. I can't believe how Red talked about you, especially after all the effort you put in for me. I'm so sorry for everything that's happened. To Cotton and Lily. I'm so sorry you had to get dragged into this. It's my fault I let it get this far, but I hope you can believe me when I say I had no knowledge of Red bringing you up in Nano's DMs. I just learned about all of this myself, and there could have been so many other friends affected by the narrative that things always had to be competitive. If I knew Red was trying to exclude specific friends in the exclusivity deal, I would have spoken up. None of my friendships are worth sacrificing over an art piece. I loved being your friend and all the memories we've shared, and I hope someday you can forgive me for allowing this to happen. To Silver. Since the start, I loved that someone else sharing so many similar interests to me, and I thought maybe someday we could talk about it all and be good friends. I was blinded by all these hate comments around me calling you your lesser half. I hate the person I've become towards you. I tried reaching out some time ago to try and start up a friendly conversation to change things and make things right, say hi to you at conventions, and support your endeavors, but despite all of that, I was still being eaten alive by my own doubts and fear of harassment. I was pressured by the community as a whole to try reaching out to collaborate since I got these messages so often comparing us, and I hoped we could work something out. The photo of me at the meet and greet was taken candidly, and I thought it looked so cute, and I posted it without asking you which was wrong with me. I was so wrong for letting everyone get in my head about all of these malicious things. I'm so sorry for any opportunities I've taken from you. I'm sorry, Silver. To Spite. I'm sorry I had assumed things about your design that were true, and I'm sorry you've been harassed by comments and needing to compare us, and I apologize for the way Red spoke about you to Nano. You don't deserve any of this spite. I'm sorry. Wow, short and simple. How sweet. To Peaches. Sorry if I had made it seem like I was ignoring or ghosting you. I was so happy when we had the opportunity to meet in person. I was apologetic with how busy things were for me at the time. I wanted to spend more time with you, but as I got more and more DMs and messages, everything became so overwhelming. I've always had a low social battery, and that made it so hard for me to keep up to date with all my friends. I never had any ill feelings towards you, and I still don't. Terrain. You were the first person I met as an ASMR artist during a time when I was immature and vulnerable. I ended up being consumed by the content I was making, and it led me to making awful decisions I still think about and regret. I was not in a good spot at the time. I hated myself for this kind of behavior, and it took me a long time to move on from what had happened. I have no excuses. I'm sorry you were dragged into my drama, and I'm sorry how it made you feel after I just wanted to close the book on things. I'm sorry to my Pyro Pups and my mods for expecting me to lead by a better example than this. I'm sorry to the VTuber community for looking towards me as someone to aspire to. I'm sorry to Kaiser, who put his heart and soul into everything he's ever done for me and not even talking to you about how I felt. I'm sorry to the dozens of artists that had put their hard work into me, and I'm sorry to the rest of my friends who I've let down. I've led a bad example, and I don't expect forgiveness. I've made many mistakes over my 5 years on the internet. I'm only one person, living the one life I get for the first and only time like everyone else. As I said at the start, I ended up developing an extremely unhealthy work-life balance, and the harm Red has caused with the way he viewed things is irreparable. The way I've been perceiving things lately is not how I want to view the world moving forward, and this goes to show there's a lot I need to address and improve if I'm to continue being a creator. I'm devastated that the friendship so special to me may, understandably, never be mended again. I love my job, and I love all the friends I've had. Thank you for reading. Cinder. So, a lot to unpack here. I just noticed on my second screen it says category gaming. I don't know why it says that. Interesting. Anyways, so lots to unpack here. First of all, who knows if what she said is true or not? And what's funny is that the very, very last part of this is she says that the way I've been perceiving things lately is not how I want to view the world moving forward, and this goes to show there's a lot I need to address and improve if I'm to continue being a creator. Let's be real here, dog. There's no way your ass is being a content creator again. I highly doubt it. And if you do, cool, that's great. Just know that you're going to be the next mini lad. Everyone's going to be bullying you. Everyone's going to be calling you out. I'm sorry. You have a lot to work on. If she can even get one person besides Rain, because I already know Rain accepted her apology, if she could get one of these people to, like, accept her apology, I'd be surprised. Because everyone's shamelessly bullying her. Which, understandably, I understand, like, based, really, honestly. But, like, this is just sad. And that's not even the half of it. The responses are insane. Shy Lily even made a YouTube video about all this. The absolute audacity to sit here and continue to manipulate and gaslight is absolute insanity. The pain and mental torment you've caused to the ones closest and most supportive to you has been devastating. It goes on and on. I mean, literally, like she even says right here, everything you do is out of competition through your constant need to one-up the people who are the sole reason you ever had these opportunities and platforms to earn from to begin with. You're welcome, by the way. Shy Lily just based, okay? Like, absolutely based. Camilla, as if boyfriend and girlfriend don't tell each other every single little thing, you are blaming him to save yourself. I'm so disappointed in you both. Shame on you for the pain you have caused to all your friends just so you could be the best. Cottontail, I'm so disappointed, dude. Lucy Pyre. Lying and manipulating like this only twists the knife in the hearts of the people you've hurt. You spit on the faces of the Pyro Pups who patiently waited for your side of the story and held out hope for a genuine apology and accountability. I hope one day you truly change. I was one of those people. I was genuinely hoping I thought she was going to at least make a YouTube video, okay? I thought she was going to make a YouTube video or go live and see if she genuinely meant it, because it's one thing to text. No one knows how you really feel on text. No one knows if you're lying. No one knows if you're genuine. Okay? If you would have made a YouTube video, we could have actually heard in the tone of your voice how it felt. You know? Like, I'm so sorry that I did this. It sucks. Like, no one believes you. But if you're actually, like, sobbing, you got the eyes crying, whatever, it's more believable. The only people I have seen out of this whole situation that, like, Megalodon literally said, I looked up to you, man. That's it. Obviously, she's disappointed. Vienna, I've really struggled with the right words, but the price of caring for someone is the pain you feel when you lose them. All of us feel this pain now. I couldn't understand why Bao, who brought us all together in the first place, was the target of this. It was never a competition. What is a successful career without anyone to share your victories and defeats with? We've all looked forward to planning sleepovers, trips, movie nights, putting our souls out there for the world and our music together. I was so honored for the opportunity to work on Boss Rush and with you both. It's very sad that the closest people you have been made to feel like stones to step on, ladders to kick down, and more. I hope this situation becomes a learning opportunity for us all. Vienna is obviously genuine. She's just sad about it. Same with Tricky. Tricky literally says we all bonded, I thought, because we all dreamed of a friend group where we felt safe and loved. Since we didn't have that as kids, a place where we could just be ourselves. No competition, not a brand. A place where we would never have to worry about being taken advantage of. We all confided in each other about our trust issues and fears. Yes, we are all content creators with ambitious goals, and the memories we made together were significant to me. Yes, we need to work, but never should business come above a genuine friendship where you step on people to get to the top. I thought we all wanted to vibe and have fun together. I never in my life dreamed there would be a betrayal and that you viewed your friends as competition. I am utterly heartbroken. I don't understand why a best friend would let such harmful words happen behind the scenes about another friend you claim to be close by or close to. If you had been feeling these types of feelings, they should have been expressed to Nano and Bao before everything blew up, especially if they were supposed to be your close friends. The screenshots are so nasty and malicious, but now I'm seeing so many other people who have also experienced similar hurt. My heart goes out to them as well. We just wanted to be treated like human beings. I understand that people make mistakes. We all do, and we grow and learn from them. I hope both you and Red treat people with kindness and empathy moving forward instead of malice and deceit. No more hurt, please. This is the best one I've read out of all of them. This is the best one because these are the words that I feel like a lot of people wanted to say but didn't. Or, you know, because I know everyone's on the hate train. This is what I wanted to say personally. Like, it sucks that, you know, this is happening. It sucks that this is what happened. And that, you know, the reason I said this hurt me is because I watched her, right? Like, I actually liked watching her stuff. And now it's clear that she sucks. You know? And as you can see, this whole thing just became a big ordeal. And nothing will ever be the same. Nothing. This is my prediction. I am predicting that there's going to be another VTuber, maybe not this year, you know, maybe sometime in the future, there's going to be another VTuber that's going to be as evil as this. Maybe even worse. Because who knows what can happen. But yeah. Other than that, that's it. That's my live stream. Thank you guys for coming. Yeah. If you're still watching, if you're at this part, this is the part where I cut to the end, because I'm going to put this as a VOD. If you're still watching and at this part, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all the support you have given me. And thank you guys for watching this stream / VOD. I hope you guys enjoyed this content today. And yeah. Thanks for coming by, and peace. Thank you for watching. What's her YouTube look like right now? Wait, motherfucker. 328,000. 328,000. When was this? This was 2023. Okay. So yeah, she had her thing changed. So she had 70K. This was in 2023. Let's go to... $2024. Nothing. So she had like 70K. So right now she's at 328. So 2023. See. Center. Perfect. That's exactly. Controversy. She reached 5,000 Twitch followers. And when was this? 2024. She had reached 300,000. So she's at 328. Cinder. 22,000 followers on Twitch, 23,000 subscribers, 3,200, 3,100. He had to have made a video for this. He had to have, right? Just not. Unfortunate.